This is Lindsay Says, because somebody has to say it. I never thought I would say that. Hi, besties. Welcome to the first episode of Lindsay Says. I've already posted an intro, so if you haven't listened to that, go ahead and listen. It's a breakdown of what this is going to be every single week. And I'm really excited. Every single time that I start a new platform, I get a little bit nervous. So when I started TikTok, was shaking the first time I posted. When I started Instagram, even though I had a decent following on TikTok, I was so nervous because it's just like a different platform and you feel like an itty bitty baby having 0 followers. And then now doing this, it's just a whole new thing that I had to learn and do all by myself. My husband and ChatGPT helped a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like a baby. I feel nervous again, but excited. I'm excited to start this. So in case you didn't listen to the intro, I will say every week I'm going to be recording this on Fridays or Saturdays, everything that happened that week, and then posting on Mondays. So sometimes when you are listening on Monday, there might be something that happened on Saturday or Sunday that I'm not talking about, and that's because it's recorded Friday or Saturday, and I already did the editing. But if something crazy happens, I will add it, of course, because I'm not going to be able to hold myself together. But I also will be posting all of my thoughts to TikTok and Instagram as usual. So I'm going to start off every single podcast with some life updates and some thoughts. Right now, my children are taking a nap, and my husband is a lucky duck just sitting on the couch. So I'm going to pull him up at some point for his little section. I think he wants full control. He loves this stuff. He loves it. So I think he wants full control of his little segment. And I'm going to let him do it. He wants it to be called like the Bravoholic. We're going to listen to that part. I have a couple questions for the straight man perspective, specifically about Craig and Austin. I want to know his thoughts. But we are dealing with our 2 boys. They are wacko right now. We used to go live every single week. Mostly me. Tori would join in sometimes, but I would go live during shows and watch with you guys. And some people are upset that I don't do that anymore, but it is literally impossible right now. If one of them is sleeping, the other is awake. I think they're both going through a sleep regression at the same exact time. It's nuts. Like some nights our oldest will stay up with us and will go to bed with us. And so we're trying to figure that out. Also, sometimes I just want to stare at a wall. And it's something that you will only understand if you have children. I haven't been bored in like 3 years. I don't even know what bored feels like anymore. And I miss it. I miss boredom. But we were potty training during the holidays. Our 3-year-old thankfully picked it up pretty quickly. Our 1-year-old has started to climb up things and bite. I mean, geez, it is interesting having two boys. We were thinking about a third. For those of you who thought that my secret announcement was going to be that I was pregnant again, thankfully not. I don't think that I am capable of doing this and having another child. I'm obsessed with them, but we do a balancing act of Bravo stuff, podcast, social media, stay-at-home mom with the children, and my husband works from home. So we literally just balance. It's a balancing act. We are always together balancing our work and our children and our sanity. I wanted to start this podcast a year ago, but I think it was a mixture of me being nervous and not wanting to add another thing to my plate, but I'm really excited that I started. I specifically remember a time when I was younger. I'm the middle child. I have an older sister, younger brother, and I was the annoying little sister, like to the max. And I remember my sister asking me one day, "Do you think that you could sit in a room by yourself for an hour and just talk for an hour straight?" Guess what? I'm going to do it every single week. So yeah, I think I could. I think I could do it for 2 hours. It is winter right now. It is hardcore winter here in Michigan, and I've lived here my entire life, and I will never get used to this weather. I think that eventually we may need to move to the South because I can't handle this, especially with 2 boys inside. I need some sunshine. I need some color. I need a tan. I need a tan. I am 10 times happier with tan, golden skin. So, as you know, I'm a Bravoholic major. I broke it down in my intro podcast, but there are a few shows that I have not watched, one of them being Ladies of London, and I'm on season 3, and I'm so excited that I caught up almost because Caroline Stanbury, I watched her on Dubai, and now she's on Traitors. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. She's so cute. Speaking of Traitors, I can just picture Sergio. You know how obsessed he is with Caroline. I just picture him sneaking around the castle, just watching her. You know he's close by. You know he's out there. He's at a castle next door. No doubt in my mind. I've never watched Married to Medicine. Some people were really mad at me when I was at BravoCon. I posted about one of the segments, and there were two women from Married to Medicine that I didn't know. And I will eventually watch. The reason I never started is because I'm afraid of doctors. And I thought this was like a Dr. 90210, like Dr. Pimple Popper. Back in the day, I mean, this show's been on for a million years. I didn't know what it was going to be. And then eventually it just took off, and I was intimidated to catch up. I have no idea how to catch up on that many seasons right now. I am very, very busy, but thankfully Bravo recently posted a breakdown of how to catch up, and I'm going to do it. The second I'm done with Ladies of London, I will catch up on Married to Medicine and give all of my thoughts. And one other show, I know this is a shock. I've never watched Housewives of Dallas. I don't know why, but now I've seen like a couple of episodes, the very beginning, but I need to catch up big time. So that will be happening after Married to Medicine, and I will give all of my thoughts on that. Okay, enough about me and my life. I want to start the next segment that is called Say Less, Spill More. Say Less, Spill More. All of the recent Bravo gossip this week. My goodness, these people do not stop. Some nights I'm like, can somebody not do something dramatic tonight so I can just sit still? I love it, but sometimes when it's a ton of stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, who's arrested now? Who's coming out of prison now? Who's breaking up now? But this week's breakup was Lisa Hochstein and Jody. I mean, I know that they're not one of our favorite couples. Like, I'm not heartbroken that they split. I just love Lisa, and I just want her to be happy. And when they started dating, I did not see it for her. I thought this was going to be such a quick relationship, like rebound. But when she was saying that she wanted to marry him, I was like, okay, I can see this. This most recent season, I think I could see it, like how much she loved him and how much she loved him and her family. And he was so sweet to her and her children. But you really could see in his eyes, those big ol' eyes, that he was questioning their relationship. And if he wanted to propose, he said that he would propose to her if she went to therapy. And I think she was working on herself, but she apparently was lashing out on him when she had any issues with Lenny, which we saw, and the ladies did warn her that he may leave if she continues doing that. But what we did not see was her lashing out at him whenever there was an issue with Larsa. And at the reunion, she told Larsa that they almost split because of her. So I made a post about that around that time. And Lisa Hochstein, the day that I made a post about Jody and her split, she favorited that post that I made and my thoughts about Larsa and Jody and all of that. And so I'm wondering if Larsa is the reason for this split, or at least part of it. Makes you think. I don't know, but at this point, now that they're split, I kind of hope that it stays that way. And I want to see her single. I want to see her single on the show. I want to see her thrive and take off. And I want to see who she ends up with next, as long as it's not Lenny. Okay. Anybody but Lenny. I want to see what she does next. I love her so much. I think she's such a sweet person. I think she's misunderstood and stunning. And in my research for these posts, about Lisa and her split, I discovered that Adriana Demora is walking around right now with a neck brace. No reason as to, we don't have any explanation as to why. But just wanted to let you know. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what happened, but she's just walking around taking holiday photos with a full-blown neck brace on. Next up is the Andy walk-off on the Salt Lake City reunion. He has never walked off before. From Ramona's first walk-off a million years ago to now Andy. And you guys, Salt Lake City is it. It is the top of housewives. They are killing it right now. But ladies, you gotta cool it if Andy is walking off this stage. We do not want to push that man into early retirement. Okay? Do not make our daddy Andy walk off stage. I keep doing what you're doing, but calm down. We do not want to push that man too far, but I am so excited to watch it happen. And I loved watching him flip out during that New Jersey reunion moment with Teresa. So I'm excited to watch it, but don't let this happen again, ladies. We don't want him to go anywhere. And then Mary commented on the documentary this week, just saying, don't believe the lies. And as much as I want to say that my opinion hasn't changed about Mary, I still enjoy watching her. I love watching the mess, and she kind of is a voice of reason on Salt Lake City. And I'll get further into the episode from this week, the finale. But I am looking at her a little bit different because some of the stuff in the documentary is pretty upsetting. Like the old woman that worked for them and wasn't getting paid, and she was 80 and she passed away, and then her sister wasn't allowed to go to the funeral. That's some messed up stuff. So I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think somebody would make up a story like that. And so as much as I want to say that I'm not looking at her differently, and there's so many fans that are like, I didn't change my opinion about her. Like, I don't believe the lies. You have to just think about it just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I'm not completely looking at her differently. I just have my eye on her. And it's upsetting, but it is what it is. And then New Year's Eve, Heather Dubrow posted a picture of herself with a bunch of diamonds, which is interesting. And I think that is a clue. I think they're doing a huge switch up for Orange County for season 20. I think they're letting Heather Dubrow go. Okay, I think that they let her go, and this is her manifesting being on Beverly Hills. I think that's where she wants to be. However, I don't know that there's room for her right now. The cast is huge. There's 2 new people, Rachel Zoe and Amanda Francis, who, by the way, is flopping. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I think the only way that she could be in the cast is if she replaced Amanda Francis. But Amanda Francis is really triggering some people so far. And I don't know. I think she might make it to a second season just because she is kind of a villain. But back to Orange County, Katie Ginella posted yesterday that she has been fired, which makes me think really deeply into what their plan is for season 20, because I definitely thought they were going to bring her back because of all of the backlash from her being put on pause. And believe me, she was never one of my favorites because I really do feel like she was lying. But when I met her in person, she was so sweet. So nice to me. So nice. I think she is a good person. I just think that there's a trend lately of new housewives coming in and doing it a little bit wrong. And I think that's what she did. But I think that this is a clue. If Heather got fired, if Katie got fired, guess who they're friends with right now? Tamra Judge. I think they could be letting Tamra Judge go. Those are Tamra's only friends right now. And there's rumor that Emily Simpson is gone too, and she's kind of friends with Teresa, or not Teresa. One and the same. She's kind of friends with Tamra, and I think they're letting this Tamra tribe go. And I think they're going to keep Gina because she just got engaged. And I think they're going to keep Jen because Andy really likes her, according to BravoCon in one of his little panels. He said how much he loves Jen and that it kind of brought us back to what how Housewives started and Orange County started. So I think it's going to be a big switch up this season. I'm not exactly sure what to think. And then in other news this week, Emma Stone is a Bravoholic, just like Jennifer Lawrence. But Jennifer Lawrence has admitted that she is in the comments on social media and gets into arguments with Bravoholics on TikTok. And it made me question if Emma Stone is too, which Jennifer Lawrence talked, I think like just yesterday or the day before, that she loves that Emma Stone is a Bravoholic now, and they chat about it. But that Jennifer Lawrence is a bigger Bravoholic because she watches more franchises. And it sounds like Emma Stone is just a huge Salt Lake City fan, which if you're going to watch one of them, that's the one to go for, I would say. Whenever somebody asks me where should I start, I always say Salt Lake City because they don't miss. And this is like the best pathway into this obsession, if you ask me. And rumor about Kyle and Mauricio. They were spotted at a New Year's party. Very touchy. Whoever this secret eye is, they better be right because they've got all of us in a fuss. They better be right. And saying that that if you didn't know they were split, that you wouldn't know that they were because they were all over each other, following each other around the party. But this person better know what they're talking about, because if you don't know them as a couple, I mean, I feel like they're very nice for a couple that's separated. So I hope that they know what they're talking about and that they're not just reading into it. And Gina and Travis are engaged, as I just said. So that's why I think that Gina will be staying this season on Orange County. Very adorable engagement. I think he's one of the few good guys in Bravo, and he put a lot of thought into that engagement. Adorable. The ring has 6 diamonds on the band, and each diamond stands for one of their 6 children, and said that the center diamond stands for them as one. I mean, I don't want to not see them on the next season. I want to watch them. I love seeing Gina's growth. I think she has changed so much. She's gone through so much. And she looks better than ever. She seems happier than ever. Her career is thriving. I don't want her to go anywhere, but I want Emily to go. If there's anything on this podcast, I'm going to be honest. And speaking of honesty, Monica Garcia has been very honest in her Instagram story this week. Her first post said, let me see, I have it here. When everyone wants to accuse Meredith of being an alcoholic, but she wasn't the one that was taken away in an ambulance to the ER for alcohol poisoning and demanded footage never be shown, and Cass stay locked in their rooms while she got wheeled away to get her stomach pumped. And I would guarantee she's talking about Heather, because Heather is being so annoying this season. I never disliked Heather until this season. I cannot stand her. When I'm getting ready for Salt Lake City, I'm so excited to watch, and then I realize I have to watch her too. She's driving me nuts. Genuinely. I think I'm going to talk about her on my Can I Be Petty segment this week, because anyways. And then she made another post, Monica Garcia, saying, "We ready to talk about how worried you were that people would possibly find your snow stash in your suitcase at BravoCon, or are we still playing it like others have the substance abuse problems?" And people were thinking that Monica was talking about this year's BravoCon, but Monica wasn't at this year's BravoCon. I think she's talking about like a New York BravoCon. Or how would she know? I believe Monica, but how would she know this? And some people think she's talking about Whitney. I think she's talking about Heather. I think she is coming for Heather hard because of the Reality Von Tease outing. And I think Monica wants to come back on the show. She wants that bag. And I'm rooting for it, honestly. I think I want her on the show, and I want her to take Heather Gay down immediately. I think it's game over for Heather. And I'm somebody that likes to keep a villain on the show. But there's something about a villain that knows that they're a villain. And Heather is the villain that pretends like she's not. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it at all. But I'll get further into the finale and we'll talk more about Heather there. But, speaking of the Monica Garcia post, so I posted about it. About both of those posts, I posted about it. But the second post was about all of the Meredith stuff during the finale. And she said that Meredith would have loved for her to be there during the finale and it would have played out differently. Guess who reposted my post about Monica Garcia and my theory that it's about Heather? Meredith. Meredith reposted my post on Instagram. She's only reposted 2 things ever on Instagram, and one of them being that post. And I was wondering what Meredith thought about Monica doing all of this stuff, and I think she likes it. And I don't think she would hate Monica Garcia being back on the show based on that repost, but I don't know her actual thoughts. And something that I keep getting in my comments lately, not related to Monica, but I guess Meredith maybe, people that are 50 plus, 40 plus have been writing in my comments that we never consider that some of these women could be going through menopause. And maybe that's something to do with the mood swings. For specifically Meredith, there was somebody else that I was talking about a lot, and I was like, what is up with their personality? I can't remember exactly who, but somebody was like, they could be going through menopause. And I think that is something that we don't really consider, or maybe my age group, I'm 35, that is something that I did not consider for these women. And it's something that I'm going to start thinking about a little bit more, that maybe that is something going on with some of these women. And the Real Housewives of Potomac seating chart was posted a few days ago, showing Wendy and Stacey right next to Andy, which I knew Stacey was going to be. I mean, she is this season, but I would have thought that Giselle would have been across from Stacey, because Giselle is the one coming for Stacey this season, Giselle and Ashley, but they are one now. Ashley might as well just like be sewn to Giselle's hip, because she's lost her spot on the show. She is now one with Giselle. Let's just call them GNA. But I think the only reason why Wendy got the seat next to Andy is because of the allegations and the fraud allegations right now. Okay. And later in the reunion, Stacey's sliding down, and guess who is sitting right next to Andy on the other side? Karen Huger. Insane. I forgot that during, I will assume, the finale, we get to see Karen Huger coming out of prison, because I know that they were there filming, but I don't know how much they filmed. Like if we're going to get a cameras pop back up, like little scene with Karen, or we're just seeing her walk out. I don't know, but I'm interested to see what it's going to be like with Karen at the reunion, and see if she's accountable, how much she's changed, what she's willing to talk about, because the last time we saw her, she was barely willing to discuss at all. But that's it for all of the recent Bravo gossip this week. And we're on to the Bravoholic breakdown, which is my hot takes this week in Bravo on all of the episodes. If you've been following me on socials for a while, you know that I post my big thoughts every single week. Every single episode that I watch, I post my main thoughts. But I have a lot of thoughts. And this is the best part of this podcast, is I can break down my teeny tiny itty bitty thoughts of every single episode. So I'm not going to do a recap of any episodes unless there's like very few shows on. But right now we are flooded. I haven't even watched Shaw's yet. I will. But there is so much right now with Traders, and every single night there's something going on. So here I'm just going to break down my little bitty thoughts. We're going to start with Potomac. Angel is driving me nuts. I have a very short list of my least favorite housewives of all time. Very, very short. It takes a lot to get on that list. It's Jennifer Aydin, Aviva. There's somebody else. Julia from Miami. And that has to be somebody that I don't care for at all. I never liked them for a single second. And I think Angel is getting there, and it's very disappointing, because I think that she has a lot of potential, and I think she came into this group completely off. just expecting an attack, just expecting to be hated. And that's not a way to come into any group, to come into any room. It's very weird. So it just seems like she has something to protect, something to hide. And I don't trust her at all. And I think like her husband doesn't want to be on this show. Just a vibe. And I think that it's interesting, Monique's perspective. She was saying that she was watching Angel and that she's recognizing some of the ingredients that she used to use to make her life look perfect. And her ex-husband was in sports as well. And I'm wondering if Monique is seeing something that we're not seeing, and that there is trouble in paradise, and that Angel's just pretending like their life is perfect, but there's something going on. And like the catfish of it all. And I've never felt such a weird vibe on a girls' trip. Never. It's a very creepy vibe of driving these ladies that barely know you to the top of a hill in Colorado. Okay, they don't know you. They're giving you a shot. They're coming to your house, and it's not your house. And then you're taking two of the girls to your house an hour away. That's not a girls' trip. An hour away. That's weird. When are you going to see them? What is the point of this trip? Are you going to see them at all? Like, I don't get that. I don't get how production was like, yeah, this is a great idea. Or maybe production's just like, yeah, do it. And this is going to be a very entertaining episode because like the girls are going to be flipping out and talking about you the entire time while you're an hour away, driving back and forth. That makes zero sense. Think about that. An hour drive both ways. Okay, so 2 hours drive time. Then you're going to be at your house for like 5 hours. So they're literally never going to see you. Make it make sense. She really puts off such a weird vibe. And I have not liked Giselle at all this season. And typically I like her a little bit. And people think I'm weird for that. And people question me for that. But I find her to be an entertaining part of this show. And I know that she should show more of her life and show more of her dating life. But this season, I do not like her. I don't like the vibe of her and Ashley coming for people and not sharing their life. And then Ashley hooking up with Charisse's son. What planet are you on? Thinking that that's normal and talking about that. It's so weird. They're giving me a weird vibe, and I need one of them to stay and one of them to go. I think it needs to be Ashley. Ashley's never been one of my favorites, but it's hard seeing an OG go. But it's disappointing. If this is her last season, this is her way out. It's a very disappointing season. Very weird season. Very jealous of Stacey. Very odd. Coming for Stacey left and right. Just because she's... You can't convince me otherwise. She's only coming for Stacey because she knows that she could replace her. Easy. Karen's coming back. Giselle, Stacey, Wendy. Jazzy should join. Kay needs to go. Angel needs to go. Ashley needs to go. If you ask me. But yeah, Monique is hilarious. Throwing that party and having the girls just come for each other, and she's just standing there watching with everybody watching them. Come to my party and be the entertainment for everybody. For my book that's like talking about self-growth, and show me how much you guys have not grown and how immature you guys are. Hilarious. On to Salt Lake City finale. First off, I keep up with Bravo, as you know. I did not know that this was going to be the finale. I think I was in denial maybe, or we just weren't talking about it. I was not ready for this to be the finale. I wanted more. I still want more. I'm going to be so sad when the season's over. Besides Heather Gay, I don't know what it is about her this season. She is just, oh my God, driving me nuts. And she talks like this. Has anybody noticed? I guess I'm just going to make this right now a segment within a segment. This is going to be, can I be petty for a second? Heather Gay, you're my victim this week. You talk like this. You don't stop talking. And your mouth is always open. Whether you're talking or not, her mouth is like this. If you're not watching me, I post on YouTube. Her mouth is always open. She's always talking. She wants everything to be about her. And why were the women swarming her in the finale. Why? Why is it always about her? I love having a villain stay, but she's a different type of villain where people think that she's the voice of reason and people are like, she's calling out Lisa and Meredith. She's calling them out. Maybe they don't need to be called out. It seems like they're minding their own business right now. Leave them alone. It was a very weird season with Meredith and Lisa. I think Lisa and Meredith are a very vital part of this show. Meredith could sit there and eat a bag of potato chips, and I think I would be heavily entertained. Heather Gay does not have that. She does not have that. Lisa Barlow can just spew one sentence, and she's going to say something iconic. Okay? Maybe Heather Gay has said some iconic things. Okay? She has like the most famous line in Bravo, probably. But she's never going to be a Lisa and a Meredith. I'm sorry. I know some of you are going to be like, I'm in enemy territory. But I think that people are looking at this way wrong. I think that Heather Gay was the girl in school that wanted to be cool. And she got herself in this group and she so badly wants to be cool. And then she got in with Lisa. And now she doesn't want to be in with Lisa. She wants to be Lisa. She wants to take her down. She wants to be the queen on this show. You can't convince me otherwise. And Whitney, Heather's taking her down with her. She's using every single person on this show. She's using Brittany. She's using Bronwyn. She's using Angie. Did you see? Okay, the segment of like, can I be petty for a second? It's two segments in one. Heather's look when Angie and Lisa were making up. It's like she was losing $1 million. That's what her face looked like. Like she was losing a game. When Angie and Meredith were making up, she exploded this like good moment of people making up and having some real conversations. Meredith was being real. Bronwyn was being real. People were self-reflecting. Think about the finale. What it could have been like if Heather just shut the F up for a second and let it happen. What could have happened this reunion? I want to see Angie and Lisa be friends. I want to see Angie and Meredith be friends. I don't want it to just stay this way on the show and have this separation. Man, I want Monica Garcia to come back, and I want Whitney to take a step away from Heather. I want Whitney and Bronwyn to be besties. I want Lisa to make up with Bronwyn. I want Meredith and Bronwyn to be besties again. I want to see this group have fun. Okay? I don't want just this constant war and picking at the girls. I think that's why I like Mary so much, because she's not coming after anybody. She's just hanging out. And it's just annoying because Heather's using Brittany's moment on the plane and like making it about her and like sobbing. Why are you crying? Weren't you asleep? Like, shut up. Seriously, shut up. And coming after Lisa about Bronwyn with the tabloids, this is Bronwyn's fight. What about not being somebody's mouthpiece? Shut up. Seriously. You're not in this. Have your own storyline. Seriously. It's weird. It's very weird. You two against the world. Be more jealous. Be more jealous. She wants to be Lisa Barlow. I don't know. She's only clinging on to those women because they don't like them. But on some level, Brittany does like them. Angie does like them. I don't know about Whitney. I think Whitney's always wanted to be friends with Lisa, and Lisa has never really wanted to be friends with Whitney, and that's where that hatred comes from. But I don't know. I'd like to see some people. I just want to see them get along, and I want Heather to go away. Maybe one more season, and then I want her to stop. And honestly, the confrontation about Meredith was pretty messed up. It was messed up to watch. That's not a way that you that's not a way that you tell somebody that you're worried about them. Screaming, telling them to go away, sit down and face it, or go away. Like, that's not a way to speak to somebody that might have a problem. How is that being a friend? And then Heather always yelling at them and then being the one to bring them back to the group. You're weird. And somebody in my comments said that they saw her smiling during this moment. She likes it. And Bronwyn and Meredith got into a little bit of an argument because apparently one of them texted the other that they were nervous about the play that happened. And they're both saying it was the other person. And I truly believe that it was Meredith that texted Bronwyn. But you guys, after doing some more thinking on it, I was kind of like feeling bad for Bronwyn because Meredith was gaslighting her so hard. But in a way, Bronwyn was kind of being a bad friend because she immediately went to Mary and was talking about it. Maybe just keep it to yourself, and then Meredith wouldn't have to gaslight. Because the stuff that Meredith is gaslighting is everything that happened off camera. The plane stuff, all of that. I don't know. I kind of understand why Meredith was lying. Because this group is coming for her. This group wants her and Lisa to be the villains this season. Because they don't want it to be them. Let's talk about the play. When we saw the trailer for the season, I was like, what is this? It looks so weird. I thought that was the women dressed up because I saw the bob. By the way, big missed opportunity to not make Bronwyn the bob. Come on. But I love the colors of the finale, like the drapery over their heads and the colors of those dresses that they were wearing in Greece. It's just like, it's so good. It's great producing and editing, and it's just so good. Top tier. But whoever thought of this play, genius. I don't know what the women were thinking going into it, being interviewed and talking about each other and what they thought that was going to be aired or what they thought it was going to be, but it was perfection. Just having this woman just rip them all to shreds, this stranger, ripping them all to shreds. I think they all needed to hear it in a way. It was amazing to watch, but it could have gone somewhere. No thanks to freaking Heather Gay. God. I'm really excited to see the reunion. I don't want this show to ever end. Okay, on to Vanderpump Rules. Don't worry. It's not going to be too much because all I really have to say is that I feel like I'm going to give up. And I'm a day one live Vanderpump Rules fan. But I'm not just going to force myself to watch something that I don't think is going to work. I mean, I forced myself to watch Roni Reboot, but I'm glad I did because something huge happened. All of that Bryn stuff, whether you liked it or not, it was entertaining, and it's going to be something. Roni is going to end up working out. They are working at it so hard, and I'm hearing that they're coming to a close on the cast, but I'm truly bored with Vanderpump Rules. There's nobody that I'm rooting for. There's nobody that I really like other than Venus, but I'm not like, oh my God, I love him. Like, I can't wait to watch what he does next. And on some level, I think maybe this show is for a younger group, which I'm okay with that. Maybe this is for the new Bravoholics, but I've seen shows where they're laughing about a pump or I don't know. I just feel like I'm too old for this show. And I don't feel like I don't know. I just think that they're missing the mark. I love Lisa Vanderpump. I rooted for this show, but I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. I think something huge has to happen or this show is not going to work. I take notes for every single show that I watch. I shut my computer for Vanderpump Rules right now. I don't have anything to say. I don't have much to say about it. I don't like Marcus. I don't think that I like his girlfriend. I like that Natalie girl. I think she's funny. I like Venus. I like Audrey, the blonde. I like that mustache guy on the first episode. I just think instead of putting money into this show, unless like the younger viewers watch this, and I'm just not in age range, unless the younger crowd likes this show, I think it's going to stop. And I think that they should put some money into a spinoff. I want to watch Ariana Madix. I want to watch Ginella, Katie Maloney. They don't have to be together. Like, what if we just watch their lives and it's just a show? Or, I don't know, just put money into a different show. Let's do something different. Maybe a younger show in Nashville or something like that. Something like Southern Charm and Summer House and In the City but new. I just don't think that Vanderpump Rules is it. I just don't. Or don't call it Vanderpump Rules. I think that's the biggest mistake. Using that song, these are the best days of our lives. I'm falling asleep. My husband every week does fall asleep. I took a picture. Every single week he falls asleep during Vanderpump Rules. But my biggest question is if this show fails, what's going to happen to Sir? Do you think Sir will end up closing? It's sad to think about, but she's thriving on Hulu. Her show is thriving. She's thriving in Vegas. And I think BravoCon every single year or every other year is going to be in Vegas. She has a hotel. She has multiple restaurants, a bar. Like, she's doing well in Vegas. I don't know. Vanderpump Rules might be over, and it's very sad. Maybe Bravo needs to get Vanderpump Villa and Stassi's show on Bravo and just stop with this Hulu stuff. Bring Stassi and Vanderpump Villa to Bravo and end Vanderpump Rules. That's my advice. On to Southern Charm. Shep is boring me this season. I think we need something. I think we need some growth. I think I hated watching him last season go for Sienna and the freckled lips, and it was so cringy, but at least it just felt like he was growing in some way. Like, it felt like he wanted something different. And you know what? Even if he doesn't want something different, let's watch that part of him. Like, I feel like they're not even showing his single life. Show us then. Show us what you're up to. You don't have to be in a relationship for us to watch what you're doing. I just feel like he's become a friend of role. He's not showing us himself. Sally and Vanita. I am always going to be Team Vanita on this show. I love her so much. She's so sweet. I met her at BravoCon. I love her. But people think that I changed my opinion because I met certain people at BravoCon. My opinions have not changed. My opinions have not changed. I've always loved Vanita. I've always been Team Vanita. Go look back at my posts. My only opinion that changed is I started to like Bronwyn more because I loved how she seemed in person. I never met her. I just feel like she's at peace now that she's not with Todd, and it's making me like her more real, authentic. I liked her vibe. But I'm going to be Team Vanita, and I think Vanita's being a good friend. Do I think it seems a little bit extra, her being like me or him? It's me or Craig. Yeah, but this isn't a normal situation. This isn't a normal, I don't like him, don't date him. This is her being a good friend because she knows what he's like as a boyfriend. She has the tea. She has the inside information. She's best friends with Sierra, who is best friends with Paige. She's being a good friend. I mean, Craig is that toxic ex that you don't want your friend dating. And I know we barely know Charlie, but she seems like the sweetest person. And she just comes off as such a people pleaser. Everything we know about her so far, she puts other people first before herself. And somebody posted on TikTok the other day, Sally, Charlie, and Lexi Wood. And I think she's in the wrong group of friends. I just want better for her. I think she's so nice. And Lexi Wood's sister. Blah. I think she's too sweet for this group. You need to find new friends. I do not like Sally. I do not like Lexi. I do not like Lexi's sister. And going for Craig? Ew. Ew. On to Patricia, that woman. I love her dearly. I just want to go to her house and have a martini. I want a girls' night. She has all those guys' dinners. I want to go to a girls' dinner with her and Madison and Molly and Vanita and Cameron and Chelsea and Naomi. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But that poor new butler. Whenever I see him, all I think about is Michael. I just miss Michael, and I feel like Patricia misses Michael every single day. That poor man. He doesn't know what he's doing. He put his iPhone in the oven and cooked it. Can we move on to another guy? I mean, there's got to be somebody else. He doesn't know what he's doing, that poor man. And the Whitney and Molly talk about Molly's hoo-ha, that was disgusting to watch. But I kind of on some level think that Whitney and Molly need to date. I feel like they're just a good match in the weirdest way. Don't you think? Or do you think they're better off friends? I talked a lot about Craig. already. I don't really feel like talking about him anymore. I made a whole post about him and Paige. I feel bad for Paige. I couldn't imagine having a toxic ex on television. Ew. And people are like, you don't have any empathy for Craig. I don't have empathy for toxic exes that got dumped for a reason. I don't have empathy for him at all. I think she had to leave him. He was not being good to her. I'm so sick of this Team Craig stuff. I don't understand it. Yeah, he's good looking. Yeah, people say he's better looking in person. I agree. I've seen him. But I don't think he's a good person. It's from within, you guys. He's not it. And if he keeps bringing up this fake ring, I swear, it's not real. And by the way, where's Rodrigo all episode? He's one of my favorite parts of this show. I want more of him. Where was he? Not even a mention of Rodrigo? By the way, I want Rodrigo at my girls' dinner with all of them. I want Rodrigo there. Absolutely. On to Beverly Hills. I do not like Amanda, but I think this is going to be gold watching her. Absolute gold. She thinks Erica's mean right now. By the way, I made a post about this, about how she's coming in so weird and thinks that Erica's mean. Erica favorited that post. So I think that just tells me that I'm right, that something big is going to happen and Erica is going to let her know what mean really is. Erica was like, I like a friend that kind of picks at me. I like to be picked at. And I think Erica's one of those people that she kind of is mean. But if she's picking at you in that way, she's being nice. She's trying to be your friend. She just is, she has like a block. She's not a snuggler. She's not a sweetie pie. This is her being nice to you and trying to be your friend. Okay? Some people do it like that. Like, I mean, that's what she was trying to do. And it's so interesting that Kyle wanted Dorit to sit down with Mo. We saw that in the trailer, and I was like, why are they having lunch alone? I would have thought that Kyle would want to sit down with them, but maybe she doesn't want to hear about her anymore. I think the reason she is so Team PK is because she is still in love with Mauricio. And I said that weeks ago before they were spotted together. I think Kyle just wants Mauricio back and wants to impress Mo. By the way, when I hated on Mauricio's People magazine photo shoot, I was like really hating on it, and a couple people liked it. I was shocked to see Kathy Hilton and Paris Hilton liked it, and I got a comment from Boy George, PK's buddy, and Dorit said that she hasn't talked to him since her split with PK, but he commented and said, "What? Do you think you're hotter than Mo?" Ew. I wasn't talking about myself. I just was saying that he's being cringe. And he is. Somebody has to tell him this is a cringy post for a 50-year-old man saying that he's in his single era when you're not even divorced. Okay? Have a seat. You have children. Don't be gross. Sutton Strack is now Sutton Brown. I think I like Sutton Brown better. I think that I'm liking her this season a little bit, which I'm surprised by. And at BravoCon, I met her. And she was so nice to me. She was really nice. And the day that I met her, poor thing, her house was being broken into. I don't know. I think we're seeing a different Sutton. I think she's being more honest. And maybe what she needed was her bestie and really good friend, Garcelle, to kick her to the curb. And maybe she needed an Avi. And maybe she needed a little bit of being humbled. And maybe she's being more genuine and authentic this season. Rachel Zoe is everything. All I need to see is her giving a breakdown of everybody's outfits. It's amazing television. She can do anything and I'm going to watch. I never wanted to leave. I will cry the day that she leaves. But how crazy that she FedExed her luggage to Sedona. I don't think that I would even do that. I'd be so scared that the package would get lost. But I guess your stuff can get lost on an airplane. I don't know. I never would have thought that. I would have pictured her with like assistants dragging her bags, not FedExing. And then she's stuck without anything? Insane. I think that's all I have to say about that. And Traitors is iconic this season. The secret traitor, I won't give any spoilers on this, But I'm loving this season. I'm loving that there's a secret traitor because it's a secret to them and it's a secret to us. The first 3 episodes were so good. I just love this show. And then Shaw's, I have not watched it yet, but I plan on watching because I used to love Shaws of Sunset. I did stop watching it after a period of time. I can't remember why. I think Gigi was really bothering me, but eventually I will start watching that. It's not called Shaws of Sunset though. It's called The Valley something.
Ask Tori the Bravoholic.
Oh, I'm so happy for you and your segment. Since the children are magically napping, and this is the first podcast.
Wow, I love being behind the microphone. Like you can't even see my face.
We're figuring this out. So since it's the first podcast, I'm going to have my segment called the Bravoholic, where
Tori the Bravoholic.
Tori the Bravoholic. So sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to ask him a couple random questions that I thought about today. And my first question is, what are your thoughts as a straight man with many men friends? What are your thoughts on Craig and Austin's friendship?
Well, it's a little complicated.
Do you find it weird?
I think that's what guys do. They have fun being single together, and then they're kind of in their own like wingman relationship.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. And then one gets a girlfriend, the other one gets jealous and gets ticked off, and then it's kind of feuds.
So you think that Austin is jealous of Craig right now?
Yeah, I think
You don't think that it has anything to do with Craig saying that he was an alcoholic and now he's drinking?
I haven't dug that deep. But
you do
does Austin or Craig have a girlfriend right now?
Well, right now, no.
While filming,
Austin was dating Audrey.
Yeah, he wants to have fun with Craig and go after chicks, and he can't.
Interesting.
This is normal.
So you just think that he's deeply upset that they're not single at the same time?
Yeah, there might be some other factors, but I think that's the root cause.
And you think that Austin was mad at Craig last season because he was wifeyed up?
A lot of built up anger, built up, FOMO of not being able to go and get the chicks that you want because, they can't all settle down.
Gross.
They're all on a platform where they probably have women going after them quite often, and it's probably very tempting for them.
Sick. So do you think that Shep, when he met those...
It's sick. Is it like disgusting?
Slightly, yeah. I mean, they're too old for this.
It is too old. I'm talking about, I think back in college, when I was in college, like we'd have teammates and we'd be like, man, we're going out and we're going to be single together.
Disgusting.
And then one gets a girlfriend and they go play video games and they're locked down all day. So yeah, it's different.
They're locked down all day?
Yeah. So it is different when you're 21 versus when you're 40 years old. I don't know their age, but I'm assuming.
Shep is in his 40s. Craigie's like, I don't even know. Who cares? And then what are your thoughts about Craigie saying that he would take Paige back?
I think while filming, it was a long time ago. I'm sure he's out of that, but I'm sure I guess, yeah.
Do you think he deserves Paige?
No, I think Craig's kind of slimy.
I think you're right.
But I think Paige is difficult too. I'm not saying she's like some easy person to deal with. So I think, you're always very team Paige, and obviously, but I'm sure she's not simple and easy to deal with. So she's probably got her own independence that has really...
She's a bad bitch. Sorry. It's your first baddie and it shows. I'm your first baddie and it shows.
So are you saying that, who did Craig date? Who was the one with the French restaurant dad?
Naomi's a baddie.
Oh, so, okay. So now you're offending
Naomi's a baddie too, but Paige is like the ultimate baddie. Let me think of any other random questions. Basically, if you guys have questions for my husband, Tori, the Bravoholic.
That would be a great segment. Ask the straight male Bravoholic his opinion, who's married to I'm a husband. Yeah. I just kind of tune in randomly.
You tune in a lot.
Yeah, but my brain isn't locked into the show, and everyone knows that.
Your brain is locked in. The other day you made a comment that said, what did you say? Oh, you were upset that I called Bronwyn's outfit a costume. I mean, I think that's full-blown Bravoholic. I think so.
Plead the fifth on that.
Do you have any other random thoughts about Bravo right now? How did you like BravoCon?
BravoCon was a spectacle, an absolute circus of an event. It actually was not as crazy as I thought it would be. I thought it was fairly tame, except for the day that it rained outside, and then it was an absolute zoo.
Yeah, Tori, for whatever reason, is extremely against getting an Uber in Las Vegas. Heavily, that I had walked everywhere in my heels. My toes were bleeding.
Hey, we're talking about BravoCon, the event, not your weekend.
Okay, my toes were bleeding.
And I had a terrible back, and I was still powered.
I got a free like Uber ticket, and he still didn't. It's
called a voucher,
whatever. And he still didn't want to use
Shout out to Clorox.
Yeah, Clorox. Thank you. It's because he wants to get there faster, and he's like, it'll be faster if we walk. And I'm like, my feet are bleeding.
If you saw how long the lines were waiting for Ubers under hotel, whatever.
But you kind of see people in those moments. Like you saw that guy from Vanderpump Rules that used to have a crush on James Kennedy, and people thought that he hooked up with James Kennedy.
All right. Back to BravoCon.
That is
my
BravoCon.
Experience.
Okay, go ahead. What else do you have to say?
I thought I was an excellent recorder. I think I was maybe a documentor of the year, some would say.
You did a great job. Even other creators were asking you to record them.
They just needed some B-roll. Is that what it's called? When you just kind of get some random B-roll to use?
I feel like this could, if the boys cooperate, I feel like you could pop on here every week if you wanted.
That's up to the people to decide.
And it's up to the boys to take a nap.
Do you have anything else for me, or can I go and enjoy my day?
You can enjoy your day, but first, since I have you, people are complaining that I don't go live anymore with you. And I just want to explain with my husband here that our house is chaos. Our youngest child is basically like bringing a random raccoon into your house. And
he does bite.
He bites right now. I had to change my shirt because I had pizza sauce on my shoulder. But we used to go live because the kids would be both asleep in their beds by 8 o'clock by the show time. And then we could just watch it together. And now it's like our kid is there or one of them screaming. And it's literally like pretty much impossible to do that during a show these days. But I guess we could go live randomly here and there. But
if time permits.
Yeah. But sometimes I just want to stare at the wall if I have free time. You know, you only understand if you have children.
Yeah. Silence is great. Do you have any other questions for me?
I'll think of something for next week. I like a brief straight man moment. Brief.
Is this the end of the segment called Ask Tori the Bravoholic?
Oh, do you want to name your segment?
Yeah. Okay. But I want the people to ask me questions. I want real questions.
Okay, so do you want people to message you questions?
No. I want you to be the facilitator of
Oh my God, you be the facilitator.
I want you to be the facilitator of this whole segment, and I will be a special guest that you can ask questions, and I will give my opinions on shows that I maybe not even halfway pay attention to.
You pay attention like 5/8.
I was never good at fractions, so I don't know where we're.
There's shows that you don't pay attention to, and there are shows that you fully watch, including Southern Charm. Fact. But final question before you leave. What do you think about the VPR reboot?
Again, I want physicality. I need some physical altercations, or it's not gonna. I think we need some drama that truly is like jaw-dropping physical altercation.
It's just
glass thrown, water poured on a head.
It's just like you can't call yourself Vanderpump Rules when you aren't Vanderpump Rules. Like you are not at the level.
Well, it is Lisa Vanderpump.
I know, but like
she wants.
I know she can. I love Lisa, but like this. Anyways, I'll give my thoughts at a different section.
So, folks, that's the end of Ask Tori the Bravoholic.
Wow, I'm so happy for you and your segment. Thank you for stopping by. On to the next segment called In the Comments. My favorite or least favorite comments of the week. I don't take comments personally anymore. You can pretty much say anything, and I'm not going to take it personally, but I took something personally this week. I'm going to admit it. Somebody said to me, who else thinks you look like Jody's twin? Jody, Lisa Hochstein's ex-boyfriend. Excuse me? I can take about just anything, but you're going to tell me that I look like a man? I look like Jodie's twin? Ew. No thanks. You can tell me who I look like. Like somebody said, like I don't agree. Somebody said Uma Thurman. I've heard Alex Cooper. I've heard many times I've heard that I look like one of Shannon Bedore's children. Don't tell me I look like a man. Okay? Please. Keep that to yourself. I don't look like him. Okay? But he's like bug-eyed. I'm not bug-eyed. I can't even do it if I try. I'm not bug-eyed. Right? Yeah, and I already did Can I Be Petty for a second because I could not wait to talk crap about Heather Gay. Jeez. Listener T, I don't really have anything this week other than somebody's in my messages all the time that I'll remain, everyone can remain anonymous and everything is alleged, but somebody allegedly works with Sally and they messaged me a lot. And there was a rumor from Taylor Ann Green that Sally was convincing a doctor to cheat on their wife with her. And I'm hearing that she is not good at her job, allegedly, and that she flirts with doctors and she was seen like rubbing one of their backs and adjusting their collar. Which, whatever. I just I think what we see on the show is exactly who she is, and that she comes for everybody that she sees. And she was on Watch What Happens Live this week and said, if we think that she's going for Craig, wait till you see how she goes for Austin. I guess I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. I think that's all I have for this week. I cannot believe it. You guys, I talked for an hour straight by myself. And Tori came in for a second. I hope you like that little segment. If you have questions for him, go ahead and DM me. You can DM him. He doesn't post anything, but you can follow him. Whenever somebody follows him, he's like, why would you follow me? But you can ask him questions. We'll ask him here. I think it's necessary to have a little bit of a straight man perspective for some parts of it. Yeah, I think that's all I have for this week. First episode. This was so much fun. And I had more to say. Like I could break down traders, but I feel like I don't know if we're going to break that section down. Maybe we will. If you guys want me to talk about traders on here, let me know and I will. But thank you guys so much for listening. I'm so excited to be doing this and I hope it works out. And yeah, thanks guys. Love you. Okay, I think I've said enough. If you liked what you heard, please rate, review, subscribe, follow, all the things. And that's what Lindsay says.